And what's going on, hockey fans? And welcome to episode number 79 of Marty's Illegal Stick Hockey Podcast, recording here on May 24th, 2022. You know, Dave, it's like 75 degrees outside. We're still talking about hockey. Life is good.
That's good. I like it. Yeah,
it is.
Yep.
Nice to be sitting here in t-shirts, nice weather out.
Yep.
Great things.
And it's only August. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, what?
It's 75. We don't have that in May.
No, that's what I mean. This is great.
Yeah.
So, my trusty sidekick there, Dave the Save Warner, how are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing awesome because you know what? We got a really fun show lined up here.
It looks like it.
This is going to be a great show.
I can see your chicken scratch.
Chicken scratch all over the place. I got a computer out. I am ready to go.
You're ready to go.
You know?
You almost look professional.
Almost. Well, let's not get carried away.
Yeah, really.
But you know, Dave, today has actually been a pretty big day.
Yeah.
Because our website, martysillegalstick.com, has had a record day traffic-wise.
Wow. Awesome.
I couldn't believe it. We have an article up there about the contract statuses for every single Utica Comet going into next season.
Nice.
And, you know, it's doing great. So
good.
Thank you for everybody who's checked that out. It's, you know, it's flattering that actually there are a lot of people out there who care about the work on that website. And I'm just thankful for that. And, you know, speaking of that website, got big news coming over the summer about that. There's going to be some changes going on that I think everybody's going to like. It's going to be awesome. So, anyways,
you're just going to tease the hell out of them.
This is going to be, you know what this is going to remember. So, I don't know if you ever watched old school wrestling, like old WWF, when they would do the teasers for like pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Slow build.
Yeah.
We're doing slow build. That's what we're doing.
Got it.
So tonight we are going to do our Utica Comets season end award show. You know, we got some of the usual categories, but you know, some other unusual categories too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But I will say this, Dave, in this show, we will not find an MVP award. You know, there's something about the MVP award I just don't particularly care for. But
you have, I see you have the best foot fungus award in the.
Listen, this is an award show like no other. Award show like no other. But you know, I gotta tell you, I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then afterwards, we're going to go to break. And then Barry Shelley's coming on, and he's going to tell us about his trip to the New York State Hockey Hall of Fame inductions.
Yeah. Sounds like he had fun.
It looks like he did. It looks like he had a blast. So I can't wait to hear him talking about that. And before we get going with this award show, because I know you're looking at me already like you got to get going, right?
Well, like, let's roll it here. Let's hear these things.
But first of all, I just say there are a couple of podcasts playing right now, other than ours, that did a pretty good job of covering the Comets. So you got our buddy Neil Villapiano, Devil's State of Mind podcast. If you ever get a chance, check it out. He did his Utica Comets season review. Just came out yesterday, and he did a great job. And also our friend Sean O'Brien of the Calder Farmstead and AHL podcast. They did their Utica Comets season end preview. That's up right now. Both shows are on all major platforms, so go ahead and check them out.
Yep.
All right. So without further ado, I think it's time.
Okay, go for it.
It's time. All right. This is our 2021-22 season ending awards for the Utica Comets. Now, like I said, got a bunch of categories to go through. Some are unusual. Let's get to some of the normal ones out of the way first. Okay. Exactly. So these awards, there was no votes. There's no voting for these particular categories. I just went off the stats, and we're handing out awards just like the NHL awards for like the Art Ross Trophy and all that.
Okay.
First up, we're going to do the offense, Dave. First up, it's the Red Light Award. The Red Light Award goes to the Utica Comet who scored the most goals this season. And that Utica Comet is Alexander Holtz. He had 26. He led the Comet. So
nice.
And by the way, I don't have actual awards to give out. We're low budget around here.
These guys are going to be checking the mailbox. Come on.
Well, nice. It's a feather in their cap. How's that sound?
It's a feather.
Okay. So our next award is the Dish and Magician Award. That award goes to the Utica Comet who had the most assists this season. And that goes to Chase DeLeo. Chase DeLeo had 35 assists.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
Absolutely. And to piggyback all that, now we've done goals and assists. So, of course, we got to have the Top Gun Award. The Top Gun Award goes to the Utica Comet who had the most points. Most points overall on the team. And take a guess who it was.
AJ Greer.
Nope. Chase DeLeo.
Oh,
Chase DeLeo had 56 points. Fabian Zetterlund and AJ Greer were second. They had 52.
Okay.
But no, it was Chase DeLeo leading the way with 56 points. So, all right. Now, our Bobby Orr Award, that goes to our top offensive defenseman. And that, of course, goes to Riley Walsh. Riley Walsh had himself a heck of a season from the blue line. He had 9 goals, 34 assists, and that makes 45 points. He was the offensive catalyst from the blue line for the Comets.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Absolutely. So great job so far to those guys. Now, let's flip over to the goaltenders. All right. I want to talk about the goaltenders for a minute. Got 3 awards on that end. So we have got the In It to Win It Award. The In It to Win It Award goes to the Utica Comets goaltender with the most wins, and that was, see if you can guess.
Us?
No.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, see, you were so good on the NHL playoff show, and now you're just falling apart here at the Comets Award Show.
I should know more about this. God.
Don't I talk about it enough around here?
You do, but I don't look the fact that I know any names.
Well, anyways, the In It to Win It Award goes to Akira Schmid.
Okay.
He had 22 wins this year.
Wow.
Very impressive. The Goodyear Award. Can you guess what the Goodyear Award's for?
Where the
This
rubber
one-
hits the road, or
Sort of.
yeah.
This goes to the Utica Comets goaltender who faced the most shots and made the most saves. So when a goaltender faces a lot of shots, they say
Right.
he faced a lot of rubber.
Okay.
Get it? Goodyear?
Yeah. You're just punking me up here.
Yeah, exactly. Who got that one?
I don't know.
It was Schmid.
I'm not guessing anymore.
It was Akira Schmid.
I quit.
Don't be like that. Akira Schmid faced 1,061 shots this season, making 967 saves.
Oh,
He was a busy guy sometimes.
that's amazing.
Yeah. So good on Akira. He's got 2 of the awards so far. This next award is a combo. So this one is the Brick Wall Award. And that goes to the Utica Comets goaltender who had the best goals against average and save percentage. The brick wall. Couldn't get through him.
Mm.
Now, who got that one? I know you're not guessing anymore. That one was Nico Dawes.
I said it before you said it. All right.
We need a timer on this show.
Yeah, really.
Nico Dawes had a 2.54 goals against average, and he had a 916 save percentage. Well, I'll tell you, Schmidt almost ran the table on this.
Yeah.
He did. He had a 260 goals against average, and he had a 911 save percentage. So, and just of interesting to note, Akira Schmidt played in 38 games this year. Nico played in 21, and Merrick Mittens, who unfortunately did not get in on the goaltenders awards, he played 17. So,
Yeah.
There was your Utica Comets goaltending breakdown.
Yeah, good deal.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So, anyways, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Now we're going to get into
Are
the
these
categories.
the weird ones, kind of.
This is going to, we'll start off with sort of a normal one.
Okay, all right.
But I got different names for all the different categories because I had to try to be creative. See?
Okay.
So this could get a little scary, but that's okay.
Show's been scary so far.
Yeah, really. Tell me about it. It should be a Halloween show.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to kick off with our Rudy Award. Remember that movie, Rudy?
Yeah, maybe.
You know, it was the Notre Dame football one. Really, he walked on the team.
Okay, all right, got it.
Worked and made the team. So our Rudy Award is our most improved player for the Utica Comets from the start of the season to the end of the season. You look a little befuddled.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So when you improve, it means you get better.
I understand the concept. Good Lord.
So anyways, the candidates are forward Samuel LaBerge, forward Arnie Talvidi, and defenseman Michael Vukovic. And drum roll, please.
Oh, please.
And the winner of the Rudy Most Improved Player is Sammy LaBerge. I tell you something. He started the season in Adirondack in the ECHL, and he was called up. I think it was right around November, December. And the longer the season went on, the more he became just an irreplaceable part of the bottom 6 group in our forwards. And I'll tell you, he provided that grit, that tenacity that the team needed night after night, and Sammy LaBerge was there. So that's not obviously not discounting Arnie Talvidi or Michael Vukovic's season because they both had great seasons in their own right. But like I said, looking at the whole work of, or what are they, body of work, that's the word I'm looking for. A whole body of work.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, it was Sammy LaBerge from start to finish.
Awesome.
All right. So, Sammy, again, we don't have actual awards, so we'll have to, just congratulations.
Yeah. Send him a certificate.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's what you can do tomorrow.
No.
You ready for the next one?
Yes, I am.
All right. The next one is the Putting on the Foil Award. The Putting on the Foil Award is the best fighter on the team. So, you ever seen Slapshot?
Yes.
All right. So, the Hanson brothers putting on the foil for fighting, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
You're with me so far, right?
Yeah, I think I am.
Okay. All right. So, the candidates are it's Samuel LaBerge popping up again, AJ Greer, Patrick McGrath, and Nikita Ohotuk, who, by the way, congratulations to Nikita Ohotuk. He got engaged.
I know.
Congratulations to him. Good for him. So, anyways, there's your 4 candidates for the Putting on the Foil Award. And I guess we're going to have to go to that drum roll again, please. And the winner is, this one was tough. This was really tough. But it's to the recently engaged Nikita Ohotuk. And you know why? You know what finally put it over the edge for me?
The ring.
Sorry.
No,
it's
the ring he got his fiance.
No.
I thought that was it.
No, when he fought the general manager of the New Jersey Devils' son, Casey Fitzgerald, and beat him pretty badly. All right. So how does that not get an award when your boss's son and you are tangling and you're like, oh, yeah, sorry, boss. But
sorry. Throw your butt up.
Yeah. So there it is. Nikita Ohotuk wins the Putting on the Foil Award. Up next is the Celebrate Good Times Award that goes to the best celly. So you're looking at me again like, what are you talking about? So goal celebrations.
Oh, okay.
Right? Goal celebration. You know, you score
Yeah.
you know, all right. So that category, we have got Alexander Holtz, AJ Greer once again, and last but certainly not least is Fabian Zetterlund. Dave, if you would please. And the winner of this award, no doubt about it, is Fabian Zetterlund. This guy, every time he scores a goal, it's like a comedy routine. I love it. I mean, he took out a linesman once celebrating.
You just did this for your daughter.
I'll tell you what, if I didn't pick Zetterlund for this, she probably wouldn't talk to me for like 3 weeks.
Exactly, yeah.
But seriously, he earned that award.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's, you know, the celebrations this guy puts on is just night after night. Outstanding. Outstanding. All right, so we're through 3 awards here so far. We're at a pretty good clip here. I mean, we're keeping things moving along for you.
Yeah, I see. Barry's out there.
Barry's out there. All right. Beautiful. All right, so let's keep it going then. How about next we'll do the Hair Metal Award. And that is for the best flow. Now, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, we're going to have pictures for this, but I want to preface this by saying, for some reason, and I don't know why this is, and I've been a hockey fan my whole life, for some reason, hockey players, fans, whatever, are obsessed with hair.
Really?
They are. It's weird. So me not having hardly any.
I was just saying, neither you nor I have to worry about that.
I have to live vicariously through these said individuals that actually have what they call hockey flow, right?
Okay, all right.
So the candidates are, and when I name the candidate, Dave, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, is going to put a picture up for us.
Yeah, you want me to do it then? All right, got it.
All right,
Go
so
for
here
it.
we go. First up is Kevin Ball. There he is. There's his flow.
That's some hair.
There it is. Exactly. I'm envious looking at these pictures. I really am. You know, there was at one time I had hair like that. And I'm sure you did. Now, let me ask you something, because, you know, you said you used to do radio back in the day, back in the 80s, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Did you have a mullet?
No.
No.
I was in the military.
Oh,
No bullets allowed.
Well, all right. So I guess that's a decent enough excuse.
Yeah.
All right. So anyways, there's Kevin Ball. Up next, Michael Vukovic. And there it is. I love that. I like how parks right in the middle. It looks great.
Yeah.
It really does. That is one impressive head of lettuce. And last but not least, once again, and again, there he is, Nikita Ohotuk. Right there. So those are our 3 candidates. Drum roll, please. This one was hard. This was really hard because, again, not having any hair myself, it was hard for me to judge. But at the end of the day, I got to go with Vukovic. How about you?
Really? All
You
right.
got to see all the pictures.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like how it it's like the Red Sea.
Yeah.
It parts in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you, when you say like these guys have flow, I mean, they all, any guys who have flow like that look like they could be like in a Motley Crue tribute band, which is awesome.
It's like a fan is blowing, but it's really not.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right.
So
I'll go with that.
Beautiful. When we do this next year, we have to have something to send these guys because now I'm starting to feel bad.
You should.
That we don't have anything.
We're harassing them enough to where they deserve an award. Nice.
Exactly. All right. So up next is the 16 Candles Award.
Okay.
And that's going to be our Unsung Hero Award. Now, do you remember that movie, 16 Candles? It was an 80s movie.
Yeah.
Right? It was Molly Ringwald was in it.
Yeah.
She had her 16th birthday, but it was all overshadowed. Everybody forgot her birthday because her sister was getting married that same day. So she was kind of like,
you're into movies like you are hockey, right?
Yeah, well, especially 80s movies. I mean, listen, I'm a child of the 80s. Yeah. I can't help it, man. So obviously, these guys are unsung heroes. They're kind of, I'm going to say overshadowed by the big guns or whatever. But anyways, our unsung hero category unsung hero nominees. I'm going to get this right eventually. I got hung up on 80s movies.
One day.
Number 1, Robbie Russo. Number 2, Frederick Gauthier. Number 3, Joe Gambardella. And number 4 is Merrick's Mittens. Dave, drum roll, please. Another extremely hard category to pick because these guys, every single one of them, brought something to the table for the Comets that really kind of got overshadowed throughout the season. But I went with Frederick Gauthier on this one. And I'll tell you why. Because when he got hurt in April and didn't make it back for the playoffs was when you could really see the contributions that he made to this team.
Right.
He was their face-off specialist. He was their shutdown center, fantastic penalty killer. And, I'm not saying that the playoff loss was entirely because they didn't have Freddie. That's not the truth. Right. But it hurt. It hurt not having him there.
Yeah.
And, again, you look at Robbie Russo, he was the number 2 scoring defenseman on the team. Kind of gets overshadowed by the year that Riley Walsh had, which, Riley Walsh had a fantastic year. Joe Gambardella, we're going to go into him a little bit later on. Just another guy who has been just a leader on this team. And I got to tell you, part of me wanted to go with Merrick's Mittens.
I was going to say Mittens if you'd asked.
And I was going to tell you why. Because when Dawes got hurt, Schmid got called up, it was Merrick's Mittens that held down the fort.
Right.
He was the Comets' only goaltender of record anyway,
right,
for like a month. So, to be able to do that, just step right in from the ECHL. Yeah. But again, Freddie Gauthier's absence was really magnified going down the stretch, and he gets the 16 Candles Award.
Okay.
All right. You good with that?
Send him cake.
Oh, boy. Well, we got a fun one here next. Got a fun one. This is the Alternate Jersey Award. And I couldn't come up with a clever name for this one. I just couldn't. Sorry.
Okay.
So I'll give you a break on that one.
All right.
But throughout the year, the Comets had a few alternate jerseys they wore besides their regular red or white jerseys that they normally wear at home. So we're going to put pictures of all 3 of them up, and we're going to judge to see which one we like the best. The first one they wore on Veterans Day, which is the Veterans Day military jersey. And Dave's going to pop. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see a picture of it right.
Is that the one that was the best alternate? Is that the one? Yeah, okay.
Right there. So that's actually a picture that I took.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah,
it was all pixelated.
Huh? Yeah. So, anyways, that was a cool jersey. It had the camo.
Yeah.
And the socks were even camo. It was really neat. It was a very well done jersey. Up next is the Save of the Day jersey. That was the black one with the red lettering. There it is, right there. I actually had pictures of that, but this was the better one. So I'm like, it's just especially for you, Dave, because I know how much of a picky professional you are.
I am.
So those were really cool jerseys too. I kind of like how those look like they were plugged in.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually like that one.
Like they're glowing, Yeah.
And
last but not least is the Utica Club jersey. That one was worn on Roaring 20s night.
That is my favorite one.
You should have been there for Roaring 20s night. You would have loved it. You would have loved it.
I had something that night. I don't know what it was, but yeah.
I kept telling you too. I'm like, Dave, this is the one you got to come to.
No, that was great. Yeah.
It was. I like how that's, obviously it's the tie-in with Utica Club beer. So, drum roll, please. And the winner is the Utica Club jersey. I can't help it. I love that jersey. It's so awesome.
Yeah,
it really is. The only thing that it would have been awesome if they'd put like a thing of like Shelton Dooley underneath it. That'd have been great. Yeah. I do think there's a Shelton Dooley patch up on the shoulder. Oh. But no, those were super cool.
They do have something up on the shoulder there, yeah.
I tell you, the other two jerseys I really like too. The only thing was they were kind of hard to see the numbers and the letters from the stands. The other two, because of the way they blended in.
Oh, okay.
So, but I mean, all three were very, very sharp jerseys. But
did you take this picture?
I did too. Yeah.
Okay.
You can tell, can't you?
Yeah, because it's a little muddy on the color. It was that the color was a lot better on the kind of cream, vanilla, whatever that color was.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah, that looks like he rolled in the dirt.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
Sorry.
So there it is. That's my choice for the alternate. What do you think? You like that one too?
I love that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think you should get one of those.
I want one of those.
All right.
Yeah. Oh. They still have them for sale?
I don't know what. I'm sure you could find one on eBay for like $1,000.
Not going to happen.
You sure?
No. Yeah. I'm a fan, but not that much of a fan.
Yeah, I hear you there. I hear you. Okay, up next is our Heart and Soul Award. That pretty much spells it right out there. This list of players was listen. The Comets are loaded with heart and soul guys. They really are, from top to bottom. But these four guys that I'm going to name really kind of stood out as the not just the leaders on the ice, but the leaders that are the guys that were in the trenches. You know, every game, 150%. You know, the ones that were laying down for blocking shots all the time, the one that were going in the corners, taking the hits. So without further ado, here's your candidates. Joe Gambardella, G.I. Joe, love him. Great guy. And such a great leader, too. Really is a veteran presence. And like I said, he's just willing to do anything to win. Anything. Up next is the captain, Ryan Schmelzer. Ryan Schmelzer is the same mold as Joe Gambardella. And is also fantastic for us in the faceoff circle. A true leader on and off the ice for this team. He really was. Third, A.J. Greer. Fear the Greer, as the Balls Army would like to say. If you ever watched A.J. Greer play for the Utica Comets this season, I really don't need to say much more.
Yeah.
Because he did everything.
He was my favorite player on the ice.
Yeah, absolutely. The guy was just a beast all season long. And when he was called up to New Jersey twice, I tell you, his presence was missed.
Yeah.
It really was. And number 4, last but not least, is Chase DeLeo. Not only was he the Comets' leading scorer, I'll tell you what I like about Chase DeLeo. Chase DeLeo is not a big guy by hockey standards or anything like that. But I'll tell you something. This guy is willing to get physical. He's willing to throw his body around. He goes to the dirty areas. He's willing to take a hit to make the play, willing to do anything he's got to do to win the game. So 4 fantastic candidates. Such a hard choice. But drum roll, please. It's A.J. Greer.
All right.
It's A.J. Greer. I had to. Just for the simple fact, like I said, when he was in New Jersey, you knew he was gone. I mean, there was just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And when he came back the second time, he lit a fire under the Comets that got them, because they were in kind of like a little bit of a funk.
Right.
When he came back, it was like the whole team just lit up.
Oh, good.
And so for me, like I said, all 4 of those guys were deserving of this award. But somebody's got to win it. It goes to A.J. Greer.
Yeah. Jordy Fighter here on one of the comments, it says he likes the Rudy Award.
The Rudy
great name for an award.
Thank you. I like that too. Yeah, it was. I couldn't think of anything until I was just like, wait a second, Rudy.
Yeah,
that's right. Who doesn't know Rudy? Well, apparently you didn't, because I had to explain it to you.
Well, yeah. Oh, geez.
All right, Dave. We're through 7.
All right.
We're through 7. See, and I'm moving right along fast for you.
I know. Poor Barry, he's sitting there waiting in the wings patiently.
Barry, hang on. We're going to get to you in just a minute. All right. So up next is our Rockstar Award. This one was tough. This is the fan favorite award. The Comets have a very large following here in the Mohawk Valley, for sure. Yeah. And there are several players that are beloved. I got a list of 4 who I thought maybe stood out as maybe the most followed, talked about, whatever, throughout the season. So here they are. Number 1, AJ Greer. We were just talking about him. I mean, it was, the guy has been unbelievable. Again, he's got his own hashtag, Fear the Greer. What he did was unreal this season. Number 2, Fabian Zetterlund. Fabian Zetterlund jerseys are all over.
I could have named these, I think.
I think you probably could have.
Yeah, because
you probably could have.
Yeah.
The Fabian Zetterlund jersey, you see him at the Adirondack Bank Center. The kids love this guy, including my daughter. My daughter is absolutely, and you know what? Fabian Zetterlund is such a great guy. He really is. I mean, he interacts with his fans. They absolutely adore him. I mean, it's just awesome. Awesome what he does. Number 3, Kevin Ball. How could you not have Kevin Ball in there with the Balls Army? I mean, he's got his own army.
I know.
Do I need to say anything more?
Oh, jeez.
And number 4, last but not least, is Alexander Holtz.
Okay.
Alexander Holtz is one of those guys, man, that everybody wants to come see play because obviously he's a outstanding, phenomenal talent for starters. And he's just kind of got that rock star aura about him. So that's the 4. Again, it's a very, very, very tough choice.
No, it isn't.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hit the drum roll then. I want to know who you picked.
Ball.
You're going with the Balls Army.
Yeah, go with the Army, buddy.
Yeah, I tell you, I it's almost like I have a split vote here because of Fabian Zetterlund's interaction with his fans.
Zetterlund and Ball kind of.
But how do you vote against somebody who's got his own army?
You can't.
It's incredibly difficult.
They'd be coming for us now.
It's a split decision. I'm sorry. I know. And people are going to say, oh, well, you're just taking a cop out. I'm like, well, probably. But, for one thing, my daughter's never going to speak to me if I don't get.
True.
But no, I mean, like I said, a guy who's got his own army and Fabian Zetterlund, again, like I said, the interaction with the fans, you got to split this one. There's just no ifs, and, ors, or buts about it. And, unfortunately, for us Comets fans anyway, they might be the last we saw of them too, because they both played pretty well this year and they might be both up in New Jersey next year. So split decision on the Rockstar Award. Split decision.
Not with me.
Have to. 2 more to go. Next up is the Dynamic Duo Award. I was thinking about Batman. Remember the old Batman series?
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You need a Batmobile.
Yeah. Got one. It's getting the hell beat out of it. Somebody.
Well,
put another dent in it today.
Yeah, that would be awesome if you had those little flame things on the back of your car.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Right underneath the My Little Falls plate.
Yep.
Perfect.
I can do that.
You'd be the most talked about newsman in Central New York.
Yeah. I think that's already happening.
Yeah, right?
Not for the good.
Well, hey. What do they say? There's no such thing as bad press?
Yeah, there is.
Anyways, the Dynamic Duo Award is obviously, the best pair for the Utica Comets. And you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. First up, Alexander Holtz and Fabian Zetterlund, famed as Ben Rennell from the Rome Sentinel likes to call them the Swedish meatballs. These guys are charisma personified. Anybody who follows the team knows that they got their car, they got the little Swedish flag on the back, and they're just a fun pair to. Matter of fact, throughout the playoffs, they're wearing their white suits. They look kind of like Miami Vice. It was great.
That was a good show.
It was awesome. It was.
Yeah,
exactly. Up next, Akira Schmidt and Nico Dawes, our goaltending duo. The guys who were a major, major part of the Comets winning the Eastern Conference. Not for nothing. If you want to talk about Batman and Robin, there they were right there.
Yep.
Each night, and they're saving the day in the crease, if you will. Now we're going to go a little different direction here. No more Comets, but in the Comets organization. I'm going to give a shout out to Brennan and Missy, our in-game hosts, who did a fantastic job throughout the season of keeping the crowd pumped up in between the periods, game breaks, and all that. Boy, they were out there running around. I mean, I got tired watching them sometimes, so good for them. Yeah. And last but not least, also off the team, but within the organization, is Jason Shia and Michael Lear. Jason Shia, of course, the voice of the Comets on AHL TV, WPNY, and of course on K-Rock. And Michael Lear also makes the call for home games on K-Rock. So those guys did a fantastic job throughout the season. And, You want to listen to a professional broadcast, those two guys are the ones to listen to. But, so we got 4 dynamic duos, but only one will win. So, Dave, if you would, drum roll, please. And the winners are the Swedish Meatballs. Alexander Holtz and Fabian Zetterlund. Again, all 4 of these duos were deserving of the award, but hey, listen, you got to love players that are running around with white suits coming into the game. You got to love it. So, takes me back to the 80s, Miami Vice, they win the award. All right, now to close out our awards segment, we are going to go with the P.T. Barnum Award, which is the best promo night. Throughout the night, throughout the year, the Comets ran some promo nights, different things, different giveaways. So I picked what I thought were the 3 best.
Okay.
All right. So the first one was the Rock in the Rink nights, where they had bands scattered throughout the Adirondack Bank Center, out front in the concourse, music everywhere. It was one gigantic party. It was great. Number 2, Martin Brodeur night. That one was highly anticipated and well attended. It was a big to-do. Marty Brodeur was out front signing autographs like an hour and a half before the game.
Wow.
Marty Brodeur bobblehead night, different videos, because of course Marty Brodeur actually played in Utica. I think you knew that.
Yeah.
In 92, 93.
You had mentioned that before, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And last but not least is Roaring 20s night.
Yeah, you knew that had to be on the list.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. They had the Model Ts out in front of the Adirondack Bank Center. Everybody dressed up as flappers and I forgot what with the derbies, right? With the mustaches. I even had a mustache and a plastic hat.
They weren't plastic back then.
I know, but you know what? It was a cheap plastic hat for me to buy.
Okay.
So, but I had to take the mustache off for the games. It was just irritating me that blue or whatever.
Yeah.
But all right. So without further ado, Dave, let's hand out our last award of the night. Drum roll, please.
You didn't cue me.
Sorry. The winner of the P.T. Barnum Award goes to Marty Brodeur night. That was a tough one between that and Roaring 20s night, because I had a ball at Roaring 20s night, which of course they had the jersey for. But Roaring 20s night already kind of won an award for the jersey, and it's not every day that you have an NHL Hall of Famer in your building for his own night. So, of course, it's Marty Brodeur night.
Yeah.
So that's it. That is it for our Utica Comets Awards.
Awesome.
So, a little bit different, a little off the beaten path, but
somewhat.
Hey, but that's okay. What else would you expect of this show?
Off the beat. Yeah, that's it. Off something.
Okay, so we're going to wrap up segment 1. Why don't we do, where's our pictures there from our friends at the Balls Army? Let's do their cards.
Yeah, you want that?
Yeah, let's see them.
Yeah, I got to find them here because, what's...
I overloaded you with pictures today. I know I did.
Overloaded me with pictures.
But anyways, there is Priceless Inspections. That's Josh Amodio's home inspection service. You can get a hold of Josh at 315-525-8725 for all your home inspection needs. And, of course, the head of the Balls Army is Mr. Scott Schuster. Oh. And Scott Schuster has Epic DJ service, which we are going to pull up in just a quick second here.
Yeah. It's like, find it. Where are you?
Anyways.
Oh. It's not. It says, "Hey, you got too many slides in here." Want me to
I'll
kill one of them?
Live TV,
I'm getting it
live. You gotta love it. Anyways, Epic DJ serves. If you've ever seen Scott Schuster in action with the Balls Army at the Odd, you want this guy DJing your special event, and you can get a hold of him at 315-219-3568. All right, so let's get ready to head to commercial break. Breakaway trivia, real easy this week.
Okay.
All right. Well, not real easy, but real easy to not complicated. Let's put it that way.
All right.
All I want to know for breakaway trivia is, what year was the first Calder Cup championship handed out? The answer when we come back.
Visit My Little Falls and stay connected with the latest news, information, and events in the city and the area. Our mission is to generate interest in the community and connect residents in a more meaningful way by facilitating deeper conversations about how these stories will shape the future of the Mohawk Valley. Join thousands of weekly visitors who stay up to date with feature stories, interviews, videos, our event calendar, and print publication, the Mohawk Valley Express. It's about timely local news with the community, keeping citizens informed about important issues, telling about the people who live and work here, and giving locally owned businesses the opportunity to reach a very targeted audience of locals and tourists alike. It's a whole new form of media-rich content developed specifically for today's mobile lifestyle and listeners. You can download our iOS app in the iTunes Store, listen to our country music streaming radio station, or sign up for a weekly newsletter. Stop by today at myvotafalls.com. You'll be glad you did.
And welcome back. I just love that commercial, man. You know, one of these days, I'm going to have you make a Marty's commercial like that.
I could do it.
It would be great.
Yep.
It would.
I can do it.
Similar music, too. Not exactly the same, but similar.
All right. I can do that.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
All right. The answer to breakaway trivia. I'll give you the question first, actually. And since Barry is now on with us, we'll have him hear the question as well. And the question is, what year was the first Calder Cup championship, which is the AHL championship, handed out? Dave, give me a guess.
You know, I think somebody had talked about this before. I don't remember. The 47?
Close.
Is it? Okay.
Barry, how about you?
Oh, all the books I have up here, I know. If I wish I heard
I stumped you.
Now. I'm going to say 1951.
All right. You guys were close. It was 1937.
Oh,
and it was the Syracuse Stars that won it.
Mm.
They were an AHL team. All right. So now with us is our friend, a friend of the show. He is the maestro of the Rink of Dreams, which is the Minor League Hockey Hall of Fame. He is the one, the only, the incomparable Mr. Barry Shelley. Barry, how are you?
Thanks, Scott. How are you doing? No drum roll?
Oh, you want one?
Oh, okay.
There it is.
There it is. You're going to tell me, Barry.
Get at it, Scott.
Otherwise,
I didn't cue him again.
Yeah, otherwise you just get a simple rim shot.
Okay. I was a bit worried. You were talking about how hockey players are worried about their hair and stuff, and I noticed you and I always have hats on, and the Gump always has a hat on. The only person that never wears a hat is Dave. I guess he loves his hair.
I have no problem with my hair.
Well,
I know I've noticed it's thinning and it's kind of fading back, but I don't think I'll ever go bald.
Well, here's the thing, right? Guys like us, now we're getting into summer in the sun. We got to worry about sunburns.
Yeah, that's true. I had a guy walk by me today. I was over in Dallsville, and guy came walking by. He was bald. He says, "Damn, it's hot out here. I need to find a hat." I was like,
there it is.
Hey, Barry, too much shine. Come on.
Yeah, okay. That's one reason I put it out.
Way too much information there.
That's all right, Barry. Dave still says he's gonna get a mullet someday. I'm just waiting for it.
God.
So what's new down there in the Rink of Dreams?
Oh, nothing much. Busy, getting ready for August and the big reunion and the golf tournament, and a lot of
That is great.
Yep, and looking forward to having you down again.
Oh, I'll be there.
Yeah. And I talked to Roy the other day, and he has already moved up here, so I'm hoping to have you and him up here at the same time.
That's awesome. And for anybody, it's Roy Chambers.
Roy Chambers.
Our friend from the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs.
Yep.
Such a good name for a team.
That's all. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I am telling you this, the SPHL, the Southern Professional Hockey League, is a league that I'm going to be following very closely next season. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. So, Barry, any new items coming up there in the rink?
Oh, I have a few. I want to be a surprise, but I got a huge 4x6 banner of the Utica Comets, a vinyl banner of the All-Star game when Turning Stone sponsored it. I have that they hung all around the cities and stuff, and a few other sticks, a lot of cards, a lot of photos, new photos, a couple of new jerseys. Keep on adding up.
Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna have to build a new house pretty soon.
Oh God! Either that or take my wife's sewing room and
No, you'll be building a new house.
I don't think I'm gonna mess with her.
That's not happening.
No.
So, Barry, just so everybody knows, when exactly is the reunion this year? I mean, I know when it is, but
Yeah, it's August 13th, 14th, and 15th. I believe it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The players from out of town usually arrives on. It's the second weekend in August.
Mhm.
Let me just put it that way in case I get the dates mixed up. They usually come in on Friday, and we all go out to dinner, have fun, get in trouble in town on Friday night, and then Saturday they all come here, and I have a huge table set up, as you know, of food. So they'll be eating here. I have a buffet with drinks, soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hardcore
Let's,
stuff.
let's just make sure there's a lot of koozies handed out. Just to,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And
that's
this
the
year,
12th,
this-
13th, and 14th of August, Barry.
Yep,
That's a
okay.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
okay, and the 13th. This year I'm working on. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be getting some sponsors to help me out with the food and the
Awesome.
drinks. So we have, as you know, a lot of breweries down this way, and I
Uh-huh.
went to a couple, and they said they'd be more than happy because I didn't really realize how much refreshments hockey players drink. And last year, I thought I bought enough cases, and they didn't last.
and it wasn't
that
even close, was it?
Yeah, that's worth a rim shot.
Yeah, so I had to get off and get a few more. But this year, a couple of the breweries around here said they'd help me out, so we'll do that. And Saturdays, basically, they just spend time up at the rink, looking at all the stuff, talking to the players, and so forth. And then Sunday is our big golf tournament in Springfield, down by the lake, and I've already have 7 signed up already for that. So everyone
Wow.
enjoyed that last year. So
Wow, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you, your reunion just gets bigger and bigger every year.
well, yeah, it does. The first year, 5 years ago, I had 6 or 7 players coming. The second, I had 27. The third was the COVID era, and I only had maybe 9 or 10. Last year, I had over 30. You came last year, and people kept coming and coming all day long. I ended up with over 30, and this year, I'm expecting between 40 and 50
Wow.
players coming. So,
Nice.
yeah, it keeps growing.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, like I said in the start there, everybody knows that the Rink of Dreams is really the minor league hockey Hall of Fame. You were a part of another Hall of Fame induction ceremony this weekend, though. So
Yes,
tell us
yeah.
about how that came about.
Well, I was invited. I knew about this, and the gentleman that started this, Rene Roll from Albany, he has the New York State Baseball Hall of Fame, Basketball Hall of Fame, and he was going to do this a couple years ago, but COVID got in the way, so he started the New York State Hockey Hall of Fame. It's in construction now. It's going to be 3 stories high, and each of the sports will have 1 floor. And this year was the first class of the Hall of Fame, and it's for hockey people, not particularly players. You know, most of the people who was inducted were players, but it's not based on winning percentage or how great you were. He mostly wants to do this for the players and people in the game that did something for the community, had high standards. So it's not just based on how you did on the ice.
That's awesome.
You don't have to be a Wayne Gretzky to get in here.
Well, that's good.
Or a
you said
Scott
it-
Kinville.
well, no, that's how you get thrown out. So you said it's going to be a 3-story, but whereabouts is that building going to be?
It's going to be in downtown Albany.
Okay.
I'm not sure what street, but I know more information will be coming out about that, the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And,
That's great that there's actually going to be a physical building. That's awesome.
and I'm already getting some things lined up I'm going to be donating to them. I have a lot of old college RPI, Union, Clarkson, Potsdam, old sticks. some All-Americans that were All-Americans, and I decided to, since I have so many new items, to donate some to Renee for the Hall of Fame for him to use.
Oh, that's great. That is awesome. So let me ask you, how did you get a phone call from Renee to be a part of it, or how'd that come
I
about?
saw it online, and he saw my page, and he became a member, and then he asked if I would like to come up to it. And due to the funds, I wasn't, I told him it's going to be kind of tight. So a couple days later, he told me that he had a couple sponsors wanted to pay for our table to come up. So, that's how I made it. I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. And I really appreciate what he did for me to go up there.
Oh, that's great. So whereabouts exactly did this take place?
This was in the banquet hall at the Hilton Inn in Troy, New York.
Okay. Very nice place.
Oh, it was beautiful. Beautiful banquet. I'd say they probably had close to 300 or 400 people there, maybe more. The whole place was filled. I was lucky enough. I got set. Our table was right in the center where they were giving the speeches, and I was 2 rows back from the front. So it was great. I got to sit with Bush Goring during dinner.
Oh wow, that's great.
He sat right next to me, and he was great. Another person he sat at our table too was Matt Blittner.
I'm sorry, who was it?
Huh?
Who was it?
Matt Blittner.
Oh, okay.
I think he's been on your show, hasn't he?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. And another person at our table I got to know, he became a member of the Rink today. He's a legend, from my understanding, in Albany. He's called the Zamboni Kid. And he's been there for ages. He doesn't look that old, but they said he started, as soon as he could walk, driving the Zamboni, and he has his own podcast. And when he was introduced, everyone seemed to know him who lived in the area, but I've never heard of. But I've been, looking online now, finding out more about him and so forth.
We need to get him on.
Yeah, I was just
saying,
get
the Zamboni Kid on.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah.
Is that the name of his podcast, or?
He has the Facebook page, Zamboni Kid, and his name is Kane Troy, and he's a member of the Rink of Dreams. So I'm sure if you reach out to him, he just had a podcast on yesterday, and they talked about me, and it was such a thrill. And they're going to be coming down to visit the rink here soon. So
perfect.
And the night was great. The speeches were great, and it was funny. I was talking to Butch while we were whispering, while they were talking. All of a sudden, I felt a tap on my shoulder, and my wife's, they just called your name. Like, what? I looked up, and Renee, he had me stand, and then he told, wanted to thank me for being there, and he told everyone about the rink and what it's all about. And I sat down, and Butch looked at me and said, "You didn't tell me that." So that's when I reached in and grabbed. I had business cards made, so I gave him. Oh man, this is cool! And then afterwards, I couldn't believe all the players coming up to me, thanking me for what I've done. And it's like, you didn't have to say anything, but that was
right.
I felt so humbled when he did that. And for the caliber that players that were there, to have them come up and thank me, that meant the world to me.
Oh, that's fantastic. That really is. You sent us some pictures, actually, and Dave's going to start putting them up. So,
if you can put them up, I'll talk about this. Was the induction class, and I'm sorry if I don't know all the people there, but some of them were Dave Gray, Mike Smith. He was the general manager for the old Winnipeg Jets.
Okay.
Emily Purick. I don't know if I'll pronounce her name right. Charmer. She's all the way to the right. The woman with the blonde hair, second. And from the right, she played, I believe, at RPI. She was a women's hockey player.
Okay.
And then Jack O'Callahan, 1, 2, 3, is the fourth one in. the gentleman with the white hair and light blue jacket, you may remember he played for the Clinton Comets by the name of Rich Scamler.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Next to him, the lady, she was with the Clark Gillies Foundation. She was there to accept his award. Behind her is Bobby Nystrom. I got to talk to him. The man with the cowboy hat is none other than Clint Milarchuk. Next to him was a 1980 gold medalist on the Olympic team, Mark Wells. And behind him, the tall gentleman is a New York bred. He started playing roller hockey in the Bronx at the old Sky Rink. He became the 1984 Olympic hockey coach during the Olympics, and he's involved with USA Hockey. Lou Barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And in front of him is the woman, Jean Pavlich, Mark Pavlich's sister.
Okay. Yep.
And then Jack LaFontaine, Renee, he's the one with the white beard, the third one over.
Okay.
And Butch Goring, I'm sorry, Pat wasn't in this picture. He had to leave. Him and Butch Goring drove up from Long Island, so they left before this. But these were the members of the first class of the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's so cool. That really is. And I'll tell you, that's every one of them obviously has a fantastic story. I mean, and growing up in the 80s, early 90s, I mean, I remember with Clint Milarchuk when he suffered that injury in goal there for Buffalo. And, thank God that they were, and he continued playing after that, actually. Which, I'll tell you, that takes a lot of guts.
Not long. Yeah.
You get hurt like that, and then you come back and play. That's really something. There's something to be said for that.
And could Dave put up the next picture? It was with Clint, and yes.
There is.
The pucks I made for you.
Yes.
Well, I made a plaque for Mark. They have a facility now. As you know, Mark committed suicide. He had mental health problems. Mm-hmm. His sister, Jean, is the president of what they call the Ranch. It's a place that former hockey players can go to get help for mental health issues. They have horses. It's just a place to get away from it all. They have doctors there.
Where's that located?
That's out west in Minnesota.
Okay.
And Clint is, as you can tell by his hat, that's Clint. He's the vice president of the facility. Well, I made them up a set of 3 pucks with Mark's picture in the middle, framed it and put it in the case. And they're going to be displaying that at the entrance of the ranch when they get back there. And I gave Clint some hockey pucks, and I also had pictures of Mark with Herb Brooks and a few other Rangers, Barry Beck, and of his career in while he played for the Rangers in that. And I've been meaning to get it to her, but since I knew she was going to come to, I decided to wait and give it to her then, and she loved it so much.
Well, that must have been just something special to be able to give them right in person like that.
Yes, they were all great. And before, while the days leading up to this event, my stomach was filled with knots. I couldn't eat. I was so nervous because I've never been in a group. As you know, Scott, I'm real shy. I don't talk much.
No, you? No.
Yeah, we can't stop him here. He just keeps going, right?
But when I get in a large group like that, I usually just sit on the side. I'm so shy. But, oh, God, these players, once I started talking to them, it was like just talking to you. I'm not. Just regular people, and oh God, they were all great. Rich, who played for the Comets, sat right next to me at the table over, and I had this picture of him that he signed for me for the rink.
Oh,
So
that's
this
cool.
was when he played for the Comets.
Uh-huh.
And Lou, I got an old picture from him. He started playing roller hockey because the city didn't have ice during the summertime. Well, I found a picture of him when he was about 16 years old. He loved it, and he was with a group of his family and friends, and he started passing it around like, man, this is me when I was, growing up. And he was nice enough to sign it for me, and that's Lou.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's Lou right there.
Nice.
Well, what year is that?
This was in the early 60s, maybe.
63.
Wow. Yeah.
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 Almost looks like you and Dave.
Yeah. Hey.
Maybe Dave.
Yeah. Hey.
Well,
that was a little
Scott,
bit.
you're the
wasn't that
bigger
old
one.
back then.
He
Yeah.
did have a mullet back then.
you're the bigger one, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave, he could, no. But yeah, it was great. And like I said, I got to sit next to Butch. And what gets me, as you know, when you got here, if you know someone in hockey, more than likely, if you're talking to someone you never met, you mention a name, they will know that name.
Exactly.
And same with Butch. I was sitting next to Butch, and he was talking, and I told him, you know Roy Sommer through me.
Right.
He got a great friend, coach, and by the way, he just got fired. This was his first time ever in his coaching career. He got fired. The San Jose fired him this past.
Yeah, that's a shame. I mean,
But
that really
he was
is.
there for over 25 seasons. The same organizations. He's still going to stay in the organization.
I think he's moving to front office, right?
Yeah, he's going to be helping out with player development, which is right up his job. He does great with the young kids. But I told Butch, I said, you were coaching. Did you know Roy? And he looked at me. He said, "My God, is Roy here?" I said, "No, I just know him." He said, "How do you know him?" And I told him about helping him when he coached back in the early, late '80s, junior hockey. And so, I got home and I wrote Roy's wife, Melissa. She said, "Oh, so glad you met Butch. He's, such a good guy." And the same thing with Lou. When he helped out with the 1980 Olympics with Herb Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
He was involved with USA Hockey. And I think you saw I had a blazer with the USA Hockey emblem on it. That belonged to Walter Bush Jr., who was the president of, there it is. I met him. His very good friend was Walter Bush Jr. The reason I wore that jacket was because that jacket belonged to Walter Bush Jr. I have a bunch of his artifacts in the rink here. When I told Lou that, he started feeling it, and I could see he felt so moved that knowing a piece of Walter was at the ceremony that evening. And I started taking it off because I was going to have him wear it for the inductions, but I told him, I was like, "You want to wear it?" And as you can see, he said, "Walter was a little bit shorter than I. I would not be able to fit it," but he appreciated the moment. But he just couldn't get over it. The first thing he said to me, he said, "I haven't seen a coat like that in ages." And that's what I told him. It belonged to Walter and everything I had. And he started talking stories about Walter and him. And then again, he also knows Roy. Roy was one of his players while Roy was playing in juniors. So, it was like, everyone I met, they knew someone that I knew, or I knew someone that, they knew. And, it was just, I felt so at ease that evening.
Oh, absolutely. Because hockey players, whether you're a superstar all the way down, they're so down to earth.
Yeah.
And hockey is actually like one gigantic game of 6 Ways to Kevin Bacon. You ever play that?
No.
You never heard of that?
No.
Never heard of it.
Really? Oh,
Never
no.
heard of it.
Well, you pick an actor, and then they were in this movie with that person, who was in this movie with that person, and that person was with Kevin Bacon, and you have to figure it out in six
degrees of
moves.
separation.
Is that what that is? All right. Well,
yeah. So
I know it is 6 Ways to Kevin Bacon.
Well, it's called 6 degrees of separation.
Oh,
so that
okay.
you can basically get to someone within
Right.
6 people.
Yeah, it's 6 ways to Kevin
To
Bacon.
anyone.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I use Kevin Bacon, so and so do a lot of people.
Well, anything with bacon in it's not bad.
Hey, listen,
right.
exactly. But
that evening proved that hockey players, the community of hockey players is just one big family.
oh,
That's
yeah.
what I felt like up there. It's like family. And the best speech I'm going to have to go back and watch all the speeches, but the best phrase was by a player. He's retired now. He said his job when he was young was to score goals, but his job now is to assist, which means he assists with youth hockey and whatever. And that is so true, because all these players I met that night, sure they played in the big leagues, but now they're out helping other people. And I've never met a community such close knit and honestly want to help people. And I was proud to be there and get to know these players.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll tell you, that must have been awesome listening to some of Butch Goring's stories.
Oh, it was. But it was funny, Renee, at the beginning, because they had like 30 speakers. And you know how long bakers could be. He says, I'm going to tell you, I have a stopwatch. And once it hits 10 minutes, whether you're finished or not, I'm walking up, just grabbing the microphone. Because I guess in banquets in the past, he had to go up officially, take a microphone away from whoever was talking because they were talking too long.
I relate to that.
Who? You?
And
Dave likes to think of this show as the Gong Show sometimes.
It's really it's a rabbit up, buddy.
that night, no one went over the time limit, and they ended 10 minutes early.
Oh,
yeah.
Impressive.
So, us hockey players, we don't talk that much. So,
yeah.
Really?
Not at all. Not at all.
We got to get Barry a light, though. I mean, it looks like I'm intentionally hiding his face from the audience.
How's that?
There you go. Right?
Yes.
But no, that's Barry. That is awesome. That really is. And I'm looking. They have a website actually. It's nyshof.com.
Yes.
And
yeah.
It's
right
really
now they
cool.
just have the Hall of Fame pictures up. They're going to be putting up all the induction acceptance speeches here, and of course, as you see on my page, I've been posting as many as whenever I see them come up. But yeah, it's great. And I'm looking forward to going next year. And I was thinking of you as I was going down 990. Like, oh man, I wish Scott could come.
I would have loved to.
Next year, I'll be sure to let you know. And
well, next year, definitely. If we can go, Barry, we're going.
Okay. Yep.
I tell you, I'm looking at this list of players and coaches and
oh, you saw,
everybody. It's just incredible, and the list is very long. So I'm not going to sit here and start listing it off now. But if you want to see the list, and I'm telling you do, just go to nyshof.com, and I'm going to actually put that on our website too, because that is just so awesome. That really is.
Renee, he has done a fabulous job, getting all these players to come on this particular night, and for all the players, to come, that tells you the man Renee is, and
absolutely.
I'm looking forward to a long relationship with him in the Hall of Fame and the Rink of Dreams.
Well, you know what? We'll have to get him on the show, and you have to come back on, and we'll talk some more about that. Super. I know he'd love to come on. Oh, absolutely. That would be so much fun. That really would. So we go from the Hall of Fame to we were just talking about the Comets in the first segment. They're out now. You got a team you're pulling for? I tell you the truth, I haven't watched the game. I've been following the AHL. And I'm sorry for all your last podcasts. I was bugging Dave. I was putting comments in every. He's like 30 seconds. The Comets are up. No, they died. No, listen. It's all good. You know what? If I'd have thought about it, I would have had you come in as like the intrepid reporter. I'm pulling for the Rangers. I think they play tonight too. Yeah, right now, actually. Oh, what's the score? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look.
That's okay.
It won't matter by the time anybody hears this.
It's 2-0 Rangers at the end of the first.
Oh,
good.
Okay.
So
And did you see Laval? They're doing great over Rochester.
they are.
2 games
They
to
are.
them. They're just wiping them up.
Well, they win tomorrow night, and that's it.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
make them eat Riggies when they lose.
Oh yeah, I couldn't make it to that game. Was there a lot of Riggy signs?
There was, and I got to tell you, we went out for dinner for our anniversary yesterday, and I had chicken riggies in honor of the Comets.
In honor of the Comets.
Yes, of course. But no, actually, I mean, as far as the AHL, I guess I'll pull for Laval now. They're coming out of the North Division, and just can't root for Rochester after that last series.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Sorry.
Well,
There's no way.
I have to be, 50-50. As you know, I have a lot of members on the rink that used to play for Rochester. Paul Crowley, he played. Rich Slick, who used to play for the Mohawk Valley Stars.
Sure.
He played for Rochester and had some tee up with the Buffalo Sabres. So, I can't make them mad about,
Well, I'll tell you, truthfully, before the Comets came along, if I had an AHL team, one of them was the Amherst. They're one of those traditional teams. Don Cherry played for them, as far as, everybody who played for them. But yeah, like I said, it was a bitter series.
Well, when I grew up, it was the Binghamton Whalers, and I hated Rochester. And Binghamton and Rochester, that was the biggest, because I don't believe Utica had a team back then, or Syracuse probably didn't have a team back then. So it was Binghamton and Rochester. God, those series used to be
brutal.
Long games, 3-hour games.
Exactly. Bolt the chairs down because they're coming on the ice, right?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you might have a couple of them up in the rink.
Yeah, I have 2 from the old Binghamton Arena, and I have one. And one you saw was from the old Clinton Arena.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and I had a couple players come up here who played against the Comets while they were in the EHL. They see that chair, and I tell them, they pick it up. He says, "I wonder if this is one of the chairs that they threw at me." They looked and they said, "No, it doesn't have a mark on that leg. That leg hit me in the top forehead. And I left I have a splinter, but I don't see it. So that must have been the chair." So
that's great.
I have the 2 chairs from the old Johnstown Arena. And of course, the Johnstown Jets used to, have some rowdy games. So
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Barry, this has been so much fun, and I appreciate you coming on and talk about your trip down to the New York State Hockey Hall of Fame inductions and telling us about the Rink of Dreams and the reunion coming up. I got to tell you though, before I go, I got one suggestion.
What?
You, my friend, if anybody in this world needs a YouTube channel, seriously, I mean, if you were to do a little videos,
I can't talk on camera. You're
doing a great job.
He's anonymous.
Everyone says, "What do you mean you're shy?" It's like, well, to me, I feel, and plus I hate listening to myself, and I don't think I've listened to any of the broadcasts I've done. And when I used to have all the players come on and do it on my site, everyone says, "Oh, you should go on YouTube." It's like, no, because I didn't think I was good enough. But maybe I will one of these days.
With everything you got up there, a video tour of the Rink of Dreams for YouTube would be awesome. But I'll work on you on that. How's that sound?
Yeah, you work on me. I'm sure you will.
I'll keep bugging you about it.
Could do, do a remote show.
Yeah, there you go, right?
But it wouldn't be live.
Perfect.
We wouldn't have Dave up here?
Yeah.
Because I can get a drum set.
A drum set? Oh, my God.
Barry will play the drums while you're doing your thing.
Oh, okay. All right. I wondered what that was all about because the only drum set I have is right here. But I mean, I can play trombone for you.
Oh, wow. And I have an organ up. I have an organ up at the rink, so the drum organ.
Yeah.
The drum
this is shaping out.
Yeah.
And Scott and I could play air guitar.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'll even get a fake mullet.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, Barry, thanks a million. I really appreciate you coming on, buddy. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and always just great to talk hockey with you.
Oh, it's great too, Scott, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again. I can't wait till your 100th show.
Oh, we're getting there.
Yeah, you are.
We're getting there, buddy.
But
Someday.
I think you should change the name from Marty's Illegal Sticks to Marty's Bobbleheads. I love, that'd be a nice band name, Marty and the Bobbleheads.
I'll tell you what, when I finally talk Dave into making a band, that's what we're going to call ourselves.
Because at the end of the show, when your heads are bobbling back and forth to the music, I always think, God, that would be great. A bobblehead.
Dave waking up.
That is to wake myself up to do the post-show stuff. Yeah.
But Barry, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, buddy.
Okay, Scott. Nice seeing you, Dave.
All right. See you later, Barry.
Barry, thank you. That was Barry Shelley from the Rink of Dreams. I tell you, I can't wait until this New York State Hockey Hall of Fame is built because I want to see that.
It's going to be pretty cool.
That is very awesome and long overdue. Long
Yeah.
overdue. Anyways, I think that's all we got, my friend.
No, it's not.
That's
You didn't even want to mention the
started.
battle in Florida. We had an awards show.
I
and
tried to sneak out, and
you tried to sneak out.
Well,
It's
listen,
not going to happen.
but okay, because
I have an award for you.
go ahead because we're
Yeah.
going to talk about this next week, anyways.
Yeah.
But
We are, but I have an award for you.
do you?
It's the unable to pick a sweep award. So I made I made something here since the Lightning swept.
You didn't make this. You bought it. It would have been better if you'd have put like Marty's Illegal Stick on there or something, or like a picture of me.
I just thought of it before you got here, and I thought I couldn't find one of those little sweep.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what I was looking for. Deborah says, we don't have one of those. She said, that's a broom. I said, it's still a sweep. All right. You can sweep with a broom.
Okay, you got me.
Yeah.
But you know what? The joke's on you. I need one of these. I'm taking it home.
You can. I got multiple.
Kidding.
All right.
Yeah, we'll definitely discuss. We'll get Drew back on next week, so
Oh, geez.
we can talk about that. How's that?
Yeah, there'll be plenty to talk about then.
Exactly.
But I'm feeling good about my picks, especially after you just read off the Rangers.
Well, let's see. So you had who?
I had the Lightning. I had Colorado. I had the Rangers. I had the Oilers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so far, so good.
It's looking good.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
I can't believe the way Florida laid down. I can't. I
That
can't
was
get over
crazy.
that. I can't. But anyways, like I said, so next week we'll get Drew back on to talk about some playoffs.
Right.
Pay attention to martysillegalstick.com this week because we got our year-end comments articles. I still got some stuff to get out that year-end, kind of cleaning out the closet, getting ready for next season. And of course, we're going to have huge news about the site coming up in the coming weeks anyhow.
Awesome.
Exactly. So anyways, congratulations to all our winners of our Comets Awards Show. And thank you to Barry Shelley from the Rink of Dreams for coming on. We really appreciate it. And so you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter, on YouTube, and on Instagram. And also, of course, at martysillegalstick.com. So for Dave the Save Warner, I'm Scott Kimball. Thanks for watching it, and we will see you next week on Marty's Illegal Stick Hockey Podcast.